Hello everyone and welcome to QualityRPGs. Today we are having part 22 of our Neverwinter Nights 2 official campaign as a Paladin, and we are about to face a trial by combat, so I think we are pretty much ready for that, and we just have to go to the Temple of Tyr to begin our vigilance. So without further ado, let's get over there. And I think it's in Merchant Quarter. Yeah. There, and if I remember correctly, somewhere around there. So we have some 35,000 gold pieces, which actually is not that much. As the best gear, the price could go well over 100,000, so we still need to do some dungeon crawling to get there. So, well, apparently so is that actually lawn? Okay, and Prior Hjalm. And here we go.
Are you ready for the Rite of Tyr?
What is this rite again?
It is a cleansing ritual of prayer. It is held in seclusion here within the Hall of Justice. By purifying one's mind and reflecting on one's deeds, sometimes it allows one to achieve the clarity needed to avoid bloodshed in a trial by combat, by admitting one's guilt, although I do not believe that will happen this night. It is Neverwinter law, and it must be upheld. You must complete the rite and prepare yourself for battle against your accuser in the morning.
I guess I'm ready, though my prediction is that someone will try to murder me.
Your companions will have to leave you alone for the first phase of the rite. It is tradition.
Please leave me, everyone. I will be fine. Yeah, sure.
Follow me.
Hold a moment! This Rite of Tyr can wait. I haven't had my say yet.
What are you doing here? Can this wait?
Wait? I've waited long enough, and I sure as hell's am not waiting until tomorrow until I've said what needs to be said. I want to take your place. That Torio, she's got you matched up with a Luskin-bred berserker. There's no justice in that little viper suddenly bringing a bear out of nowhere to fight you. Let me fight him. He's a dog. Not even worthy of you. He fights like a Luskin fights, through daggers in the back, poison daggers even. I mean, you've shown me that you can win a battle through words, and it may have opened my eyes a little, just a little. But seems to me we've tried the wordplay, and now the real fight's here.
Why are you upset?
Because it's not fair, that's why. I don't mind a fight for fight's sake, but this crime they've accused you of, the slaughter of an entire village, it's more than just a fight, it's...
You feel it is unjust.
You're damn right it's unjust. This isn't just a fight by the gods, this is honor and fairness and the lives of you and those people of Ember who were slaughtered. After all you went through, all the searching for clues in those poor villagers, to lay it all on your head. By the gods, I want to fight him. I'll show him justice.
You are allowed to choose a champion. Do you wish this one to take your place? You must still undergo the Rite of Tyr. But when Lorne emerges on the field tomorrow, it shall be this one who fights in your stead.
That's actually interesting. I think it would kind of boost the attitude of Kelgar towards me if I let him take the place. Then again, I think it actually is a paladin thing to do, to fight by oneself. So yeah, if you wish to fight in my place, I would be honored. Thanks for the offer, Kelgar, but I can handle Lorne. I think that's the paladin answer.
All right,
Here.
but look, that Lorne fellow, he carries himself like a warrior. He's dangerous, so just be careful.
I will see your friend out, then return.
And
May
actually,
Tyr's justice
that
fall upon
might
us
have
all.
opened Kelgar's personal quest line, but, well, here we go.
Here you will remain until we come for you in the morning. Gaze upon the face of Tyr, and let him gaze upon you. If you are true to your word and deeds, then you need not fear his judgment. You are permitted visitors during this time, for often justice does not solely lie in the words and deeds of the accused, and you may gain truth from the words of those closest to you. We will return for you on the morrow.
So, quiet enough for you? I mean, now that Kelgar is done ranting, I heard it from several streets away. Actually helped me find this place. I hope you don't mind if I come in here and just start speaking my mind. Otherwise, this place would seem awfully dull.
What's on your mind?
I must say, I didn't expect that we would be able to force Torio's hand like this. Trial by combat is a rather desperate maneuver, quite unlike her. It's really rather quite pleasing. And if you were to beat Lorne, well, that would make me simply ecstatic.
If you would.
I could
If
help
you were
now.
able, yeah. I would welcome any help you can provide as long as it's within the rules of the duel.
Here, take this. It's a few special concoctions I whipped up to help you tomorrow should Lorne decide to poison, cheat, or simply give you several gaping chest wounds.
Okay, well, that's nice.
No need for thanks. It would just be embarrassing. Let me leave you to it. But there is one last thing. Our friend Torio. I think she's rather close to breaking. It's what happens when one is tied to an ill-conceived plan, as I once felt. And I think Torio is one who prefers to be on the winning side. Worth thinking about, especially if she is at our mercy later. Good night.
Well, that's useful. I didn't actually know that Tyr looks like something like that.
I do not understand this. To have this mockery of a trial, then still have it come down to blades at each other's throats for truth?
I believe in justice, and I believe that this combat will prove it.
This is your civilization, what your walls try to hide. Nature still rules you all, no matter what you put up to keep it out. Why you are drawn to these cities, these places, is beyond me. There is still time to go. Leave Neverwinter. Leave this place.
I cannot go. It would bring harm to others if I did.
Since Highcliff, we have been through much together. Since before Highcliff, in West Harbor, I watched. Even when you walked into the mare at dark and hunted nightbirds, I watched and kept the beasts of the mare from you. But here, I cannot help you against this man, and he understands nature's law much more than you do, I fear. Please be safe. It matters much to me. I have little else left with my circle gone and the mare lost to me. I cannot lose you as well.
This feels like before the final battle.
It is time. Torio and Lorne await us on the field. Nasher wished me to communicate to you the importance of the coming battle, both for you and for Neverwinter itself.
This
Yeah.
is a great honor, to be able to lay down your life for your homeland. You should savor this moment.
Yes, I
For
would
too long
prefer
has
willing
Luskin's
to lay
arcane
down
brotherhood
Lorne's
had
life.
free passage in Neverwinter. This trial is a means by which their presence here can be removed. What happened at Ember was a terrible crime, and they are responsible of that, we are certain. Fight Lorne, Defeat him, and you will prevent Neverwinter from sharing Ember's fate at Luskan hands. Succeed in this, and Nasher has promised to grant you your own land, and a noble title if you so wish it. These are dark times, and he needs every loyal hand by his side should more troubles fall upon us.
I will do what I can in the service of Neverwinter.
Very well. I can ask for no more. The tourney grounds await.
Okay, I guess here we go. One reason for not selecting Kelgar was as well that he doesn't have the healing potions and items I would want to give him. Well, that's not too big of a crowd. But in any case, yeah, he doesn't have the items he should have for the battle.
I feel like your squire.
I feel rather like a gnome, which is good, because I am one. My, look at all those people. What I wouldn't give for an audience such as that. Well, on a less bloody occasion, perhaps.
You sure about this? It's not too late to choose someone else to fight for you. Not like I don't have faith in you or anything.
Yeah.
Chandra, you changed your mind? I'm glad. After all that terrible crying last night and that phrase you kept saying, what was it?
Okay.
I don't see how he can possibly...
Grobnar.
Sorry, tactless. Again, sorry. Did I say that?
I want him to answer for what he did, I do. But that man is built like a mountain, and if he wins, well, he's out of our reach.
Were you seriously worried about me?
Yeah, but I wasn't crying. I haven't cried since I was a girl, and even then only when peeling onions.
Okay. I took an oath to serve Neverwinter, now I have to honor it.
Gods, you're frustrating. Fine. Go on and see if you can move all of Faerun while you're at it.
Sure. As you can see.
I wish I could think of a song. But words fail me.
Thanks for the confidence. Okay, two-handed sword, so we should be able to hit him with relative ease, but when he hits us, it will hurt.
Is the champion here?
We are here.
Is the accused or his champion here?
I am here to defend myself and for the people of Ember.
What takes place in the field here today shall resolve the crime of the razing of the village of Ember and the death of its people. Torio Claven, ambassador of Luskan, has accused one in the service of Neverwinter and has called for a trial by combat to resolve the matter. Acting on her behalf is her champion, Lorn, who will fight in her stead.
Lorn, are you mad? I'm a harborman too, don't do this.
Shut up. Just for that, I'm going to carve my name into your hide while you still breathe.
Oh.
We call upon Tyr to help us settle this matter. Tyr's judgment shall come forth, through blade and strength, through balance and resolve.
Not too much of an audience in here. So, let's open the inventory. And perhaps we can keep the journal open as well. And perhaps we could use a spell like prayer. And I guess Lorn is evil enough. I'll tear your head from your shoulders. Well, at least this far we are doing relatively well. Oh, that was nice. So he's stalling. Target cannot be killed when during frenzy. Okay, so I guess... do you think you are even hurting me? Okay, so I guess some healing would be nice. Yeah, I want to drink one. Okay, and is the frenzy gone? Okay, and that's it. Well, that was actually rather close.
You think you've won? You've won nothing. Garius lives. He seeks your death, and you will not be able to stop him. So go on. Kill me. If you have the courage.
Yeah, I think this is the paladin thing to do. I'm not going to kill someone who won't fight back. Or perhaps I have abided by the terms of this combat and will continue to do so. I'm not actually certain if this will kill him, so I guess this is the safer, more paladin-like choice.
The people of Ember didn't fight back, and I took pleasure in killing every one of them. Even in defeating me here, you have achieved no victory. The people of Ember are still dead.
My name is cleared and that's all that matters now, though the people of Ember matter, but I think killing Lorne won't solve anything, and we don't want to taunt him, so this is the choice.
Justice has been served. My judgment, passed at the trial, shall now take effect as was intended. The Arcane Brotherhood of Luskan is to leave the city of Neverwinter within 3 days' time, and they are not to be permitted within our walls again, by royal decree. The possessions of the champion of the Luskan ambassador, Lorne, are to become the property of the accused. And Ambassador, you now have much to answer for. To the accused, I believe you are in need of a well-deserved rest. Please return to the Sunken Flagon. That is a command from your lord, Soldier of Neverwinter.
Okay.
Word of the trial came to me faster than you did. It would have been wiser for you not to come at all.
Forgive us, Master Garius. He proved more capable than we had expected.
In an open field, without the mockery of this trial, I would have run him through. His head would lie on a pike outside this keep for all to see.
Indeed. I think it is you who does not see long. Ember destroyed, the time wasted with this trial. I trusted you, Torio. Brutes like Lorne, they swarm the Luskan streets in hundreds, thousands, but you...
Master Garius, the one we seek, he still has the shards. They are in his possession. They can still be retrieved. Tell me what to do. I shall do it.
Do? You ought to do nothing, and you ought to say nothing, especially to our ally. The shards are out of my reach for now. But I have almost all I need for the ritual. And when that is done, I shall need our ally no longer. I shall not need anyone. Leave me, Torio.
At once, Master Garius.
Okay. No love lost there. Wolf, You are a tough one to catch. Got a message for you from that Aldanon fellow. From Aldanon, what did he want? Came in here all rattled. He did mumbling about some Silver Shards. Said he needed to talk to you right quick. When was this? 2 days ago maybe. Dory tried to get to you, but those snobby old priests chucked her out. I'd better pay Aldanon a visit then. Okay, perhaps we will rest first, in any case. So, I guess launch possession, gift from Lord Nasher. Okay, nice. Amulet of Truth, True Seeing. Well, that might become handy. Belt and Launch Falchion. Looks rather nice, but perhaps we should sell it. So let's take Elani, Kelgar, and well, actually Kelgar, Casavir or Sand. Let's take Sand actually, and Elani. Yeah. We are a bit lacking on the thieving skills side, but I guess that's fair enough. So what we want to do is to see if Sand actually could identify the belt. Belt of Hill Giant Strength. Well, that's cool.
Yes, that is so.
And I do have a belt of Frost Giant Strength. Okay, well, not so cool after all, but I think it will still come rather handy. Archer's belt. Yeah, I don't know what I have been thinking of having this for Kelgar. So let's use it that way. And could we get the Archer's belt for Sand, for instance? So we can get what? Resistance for peace. Okay, well, that would have been rather useful for Kelgar as well. But I think we are good to go. And Aldanon, I think he lives in the Black Lake district. Empty estate, Aldanon's Manse. Okay, good that he's quite near. What's, by the way, this one? Church of Lathander. Pepin Pollo. Yes, wonderful. Now look up a bit and give me just a hint of a pout. Perfect, hold that pose. What's going on here? Bad time, terrible busy. If I look away, I'll lose the moment. There you see, just a glance at you and... By the golden hills, my lady, thou art a vision. Oh, thank you. No, not you. I'm painting ladies of the commons, not unkempt maidens of the wood. Now it's your friend who drew my eye. Such uncalculated beauty, such accidental grace. My lady, you are even conscious of your own power, but of course you aren't. And that's what I must capture. What did you say? Yes, your eyes pale like a fall of water over rocks, a naive smile, a generous mouth, yes, and that artless tumble of hair, so untended and yet so real, my lady, you have the very picture of pastoral beauty. Looks like you have an admirer, Sandra. My lady, I must take your likeness. I insist upon it. As a matter of honor, my future as an artist lies balanced in your shapely, ever so slightly calloused hands. I'm not sure whether to agree or attack him. I don't mind. Do you want to do this, Andre? Well, alright, but I get to look at it first before anyone else sees it. Wonderful, I shall begin at once. You there, clear out of the way. Hey, what's the big idea? You are supposed to be painting me? You said I was the very model of womanly mediocrity. And indeed you are, my lady. Indisputably so. Now shoo, artistic priorities have shifted and one must always obey one's instincts. Go on out of the way. Now Sandra, if you'll step over this way and hold your head just so a hint of a smile but enigmatic. Yes, that's wonderful. There, not another stroke of the brush. My dear, I have captured your very soul and made you a goddess of field and sun and gentle breeze. Oh, wow, I don't really look like that, do I? I'll buy it for you, Sandra, if you like. No, you don't have to do that, please, really don't. I agree, we should probably move on. Apparently, I have to go comb the twigs out of my hair. I fear I could never part with such a painting for less than 300 gold. I understand I could get far more from a collector, but since your friend is this subject, I feel obliged to discount the price. I'll give you 500. Why, that would support me for months. I could pay my models, perhaps afford a studio. It would have to be in the docks, I suppose, but still. The portrait is yours, my lord. I ask only that, if anyone admires it, you tell them my name. This poor gnome is in your debt. Gods, don't, please. It's not worth that much, really, is it? Thanks, I can't get over how it looks, and I appreciate you getting it. That was really kind of you. So, let's see what kind of picture it is. A masterful portrait of Sandra Cerro by Pepin Pollo. Okay, well, we don't get that much of a look, do we? I guess. Okay. Well, I hope that's 500 well spent. Marshal Cormick. You. I said stay back. Anyone steps in the yard and we kill your marshal. Back by the gods. I don't think they are bluffing. Marshal Cormick, how badly are you hurt, sir? I would be far worse if these imbeciles knew how to work that wand. Shot at me point blank and still couldn't hit a thing. Just rush them, sergeant. They are out of charges anyway. Best not to listen to him, sergeant. Us poor imbeciles got plenty of charges left on this here wand, so keep your stinking distance. Brockingburn, what's going on here? It's a botched robbery, near as I can tell. The thieves were inside the house when Cormick knocked. Must have noticed that the old sage's wards were down and went to have a look. Poor fellow never stood a chance. They shot him with that wand of theirs and left him in the yard. Now they say they'll kill him if we come any closer. It's an impasse and sticky one at that. Cormick's is a friend. Do you mind if I try to talking to them? Look here, I have no ego to bruise. I can walk a beat, catch a thief, rescue a kitten from a tree, but when it comes to negotiation, I'm hardly any use. Hey, you at the house, there is somebody here who would like to have a word with you. That's right, another of you gutless hounds is it? I'm Antonia Erdan, who am I speaking to? Name's Hugh. This here is Gulliver. Idiot. What did you tell them our names for? Well, he told us his. Antonia Erdan, that's the fella that cleaned us out of the docks. The one who did for more and Barlow. Oh gods. We can work this out. What will it take for you to give yourselves up? Alright, we are listening, Erdan, but we got demands. We give ourselves up, you got to promise us to let us go free. Them hounds got to give their words too. Not going to happen. They come out, they get to keep their lives, and that's all. We don't let criminals walk, not in this district. It's a small price to pay for Cormic's life, besides we can still arrest the ones in the house. I'm telling you, this is a mistake. Let one criminal slip through your fingers and you will find a dozen more trying to do the same, but I'll not stand in your way. Well, what's it to be? The hounds give their promise or no. This pains me. That's not a paladin thing to do. But we need to save Cormic, I guess, but... Can I save now? I cannot. I guess we want to save Cormic. They are given their word, come on out. Hear that you, they promised, come on, let's go before they change their minds. I don't wanna die for old scab. I go, no, nor do I. Hey, Erdan, we are leaving the band and coming out, so you tell the hounds to keep their steel to themselves. It will pain me to let these two walk, but you did save Cormic's life, and if we are lucky, their friends inside haven't heard of a thing. I would bet you can still take them unawares. I want to question these two first. Don't know what you freed us for, but we are grateful just the same. You have made a friend of this old cut purse. How many thieves are in the house? There was a little over 25, counting Gulliver and me, so that's 15 or so in the house and few more in the basement with old Scab himself. Most of them is in the back or in the basement on account of all them traps old Scab has set. That's bad luck for Scab though, cause they won't have seen us leave our posts. Might be they could take Scab by surprise, or you, if they don't set off no traps, that is. Where are Aldanon and his household? You mean the old Sates? If he's alive and in the house, he will be with old Scab in the back. Scab's keeping all them hostages close in case anyone breaks in. He's a vicious old rat. Scab, soon as he sees you, he'll cut their throats, so you best deal with him quick. What can you tell me about your leader? Hey, wants to know about old Scab? He does. Shadow thieves don't even know much about Scab, cagey old maggot that he is. There is all sorts of thieves, see, lockpickers, second-story men, muggers, sneaky monkeys. Old Scab's a trapman, got himself a foul little burrow in the slums with 100 traps between him and daylight. Hardly ever comes out neither. But when he does, he brings his traps with him. Longer he stays someplace, the more it starts looking like his own burrow, full of snares and alarms. You would best be careful in that house. Scab's only had a day or so, but that's time enough to set down a few surprises. Okay, that's all the questions I have. We'll hang about till you're inside. After that, it's back to the docks. Don't know about you, Gulliver, but I don't much like the way them hounds keep eyeing at us. You should have just charged those stinking amateurs. How badly are you hurt? Takes more than a couple of magic missiles in the gut to kill a harborman, Hang on in there, Comic, will get you healed up. Okay, I think lay on hands on Comic. And that should do it. Okay. How badly are you? I guess he shouldn't be hurt at all. Did you see anything inside the house? Hostages, 3 or 4, and more thieves, a dozen or more back in the house. Okay, so, I mean, we healed him up already, so I guess we are going to go in. And as there are a lot of traps, and we don't have Niska with us, this might get tricky. Workshop, library. Yeah, that's the first trap.
Let's see what they're made of.
And that's it for those thugs. I don't think sneaking around is that much of our style here. So let's go to visit the library. More thieves. Or thugs. Well, that was rather efficient. Acid arrows might be useful. And I think we want to actually visit the workshop before going onwards. Okay, let's attack over there. Okay. I don't think we will take those throwing axes. Okay, that's to the basement. Let's visit this one room first. Over here. And let's save in case there are some nasty surprises waiting for us. Butler. Wait, can't we talk about this? I have money, you can have it all. Stab and quick, Scab said we could kill them if they tried to escape. Please, I wasn't thinking, I'm sorry I tried to run. You should have stayed put like old Scab said, then sorry, it's nothing personal. No, have mercy. Hey, you guys. Ah. Well, that was quite impressive. Could we actually try to save the old man? I mean, I feel kind of bad that he got killed. Could we taunt the thugs with Kelgar? You guys, come on. Okay, and Kelgar, go and... Oh. Skills. Taunt. Okay, and do we have any spells that could help us over there? Well, perhaps not Cloud Kill, but something like... Stone Skin? Ah! Okay, so much for that. Greater Stone Skin, and there is the guy which we apparently cannot target.
Follow me, everyone. Grab a buddy and let's head out.
And let's try to taunt the thug over there. Okay, taunt him. Ah! Well, I guess that's a shame. So let's catch our breath. Enemies nearby. Okay, let's not catch our breath, but deal with the enemies nearby. Dining hall. I guess there are enemies are somewhere around here then.
Let's see what they're made of.
Wraith. Okay. It looks like I'm being hurt.
Let's see what they're made of.
Okay. And let's go to deal with the mage. Oh, there is another one. Okay, and perhaps that's all. Could we rest now? Okay, that's rather nice, and some additional loot. Though I'm still feeling bad about that poor butler that got killed. I don't know. There probably is some way that he could be saved, but to basement. Might this lead to basement as well? Let's find out. It's locked. Yeah. So much for the finesse, and this leads to basement as well. So let's get going. And quite a basement he has. Whoops. Well, we do have that quick save, so let's see if we can achieve something. And that's a lot of thieves. Or thugs. Oh, well, that was a nice hit from sand, I guess. And that's it. Spear +3, so perhaps we could start making some money relatively soon after all. And what's that? Gust. Okay. A rather ghastly thing, it seems. Old Scap, Lilith. Hetis and old Scab over there. Okay.
Urgent message from Aldanon.
Don't try to talk, help is underway.
The shard, the one held by Dalrin, passed from lord to lord, ahead of the assassins, the demons. 4 lords there were. Old men, dabblers in the arcane. Dalrin, Brennick, Hawks, Taverick. Only one left now.
Taverick, the others have been slain by demons?
Yes, Taverick has the shard, and he's in considerable danger.
We should tell Lord Nasher. Now, before the demons return.
Yeah, I think we should. Mate. The Book of Fire. Harcourt.
Master Aldanon was looking for you before the thieves came. It's something we discovered in the archives, a matter of the greatest urgency.
Yes, I hope to find him here.
He, that is, we, had been researching the Silver Shards at the archive. We found an old reference to a shard in Neverwinter, discovered shortly after the war with the King of Shadows. This shard was held by a fraternity of lords, wealthy men who dabbled in matters arcane. According to the tome, only 4 still lived. Lords Dalrin,
yeah, we know.
Brennick, Hawks, and Taverick.
So what?
All but Taverick have been recently murdered.
Yeah, we know.
If our guess is correct, then Lord Taverick urged me to go away and said that I shouldn't return until I was younger and feeble.
We should tell Lord Nasher now, before the demons return.
Yeah. We'll send guards to help you out, Harcourt. And we have a couple of chests and some more traps. Most likely traps here as well. Okay, off we go. And is this actually... So, let's actually make a save for the next episode already. But if we load from quick save, that is, and use the other basement door, perhaps we could enter without triggering the trap and at least save some of those poor guys over there. So let's try that one.
Perish! My attack has no effect.
Why do they have to keep their doors locked? Well, at least we missed one wand. And let's get going. And it's locked. Can we actually bash it? Ah, okay. So, apparently. Perhaps that butler could have had the key, or had known where to find one. But at least we can get out now. time to visit Lord Nasher. Perhaps we should rest in case there are some issues coming at us from here. I think we can leave the one band over there. And let's get going. Let's send in the guards. If my ears heard true, that was some fighting there. I couldn't save the hostages, old Scab murdered them except for Harcourt. Dirty business and the fault is mine. Curse me for blind old dog. I should have heard talk on the street or seen those thugs slipping into the ward. Well, there is nothing for it now. Come on, boys, we'd better get on the hostages before half the ward gathers to watch. I don't think that actually went as it should have gone. Well, I guess we are to visit Lord Nasher and then see what he has to say about that. Oh, by the way, we have quite a lot of unidentified items, some of which might actually be useful.
I think it is time everyone marched behind me, your new glorious leader.
Okay. Ring of Protection +2. Looks rather useful. Amulet of Will +4. Breastplate +1. I guess those wands will go to good use over there. Decision. Falchion, yeah. I guess we will be selling those soon enough.
Is there something you wish?
So, for once we should have brought Niska with us. I'm glad you have come. It seems one event follows another. The trial with Luskan has been settled, but now I hear Aldanon has been kidnapped. That's correct, and we have news of the murdered nobles as well. Explain. All three of the murdered nobles, Dalren, Brennick and Hawks, were in possession of a silver shard that is now held by Lord Taverick. Chiron, I will not allow him to suffer the same fate as the others. I want you to report to Lord Taverick's estate at once. I'm sending Captain Bellard and a detachment of guards to meet you there. I've marked Taverick's home on your map. Go there now and do everything in your power to protect him. Now go. Okay, but I think we will go in the next episode. So, this is everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. Have a great rest of the day. QualityRPGs out.